If you know I-30 at all between Dallas and Fort Worth, you're going west on I-30, coming into Fort Worth, and you pass mile marker 18, and then there's this little hill, and it just sits up there on the side of the freeway with the cars and trucks going back and forth.
All by itself for years and years?
All by itself.
Just that one little tree?
Just one little tree. Everybody just has this little relationship with this little tree, so you get a lot of traffic noise, you get a lot of honking, and you get a lot of wind.
A lot of wind.
It was close to Christmas on a windswept hill when Leslie Gordon and her husband Gary escorted us to this most unlikely Yuletide landmark.
I used to work down by the TCU area, and I lived in East Fort Worth, so I passed the tree every day on my way to work. This was the original little mimosa that grew up here.
Looks like people have decorated it.
Carla started it, though. A lady named Carla Christian was the first one to come up here and decorate this little tree, and people in Fort Worth have taken it over. She decorated it for years. She came back every year on Christmas Eve, and she would put the balls and tinsel on the tree. So it's just kind of become a backdrop for Fort Worth's emotions. Lots of different people come up here and express their feelings in different ways here on the hill.
No one knows how the mimosa got here, but years ago, one woman, Carla Christian, down on her luck but strong in her faith, put the first holiday decorations on these limbs. And ever since, it's been known as the homeless Christmas tree, embraced by the entire city of Fort Worth.
I think it just touched a tone in her that she was kind of alone, and the tree was kind of alone, and I think it just touched a chord with her, that she felt a kinship to it and wanted to embrace it. And then it wound up not just at Christmas time, but you would see things up there at Easter or at Valentine's Day or at Thanksgiving. It just sort of blossomed. We hear so many stories connected to the tree, and people do feel very strongly. My dad used to paint up there. He would sit under that tree and he would paint, and that's such a special memory for that particular, person. Another couple went up there and he proposed to his girlfriend up there. I mean, there's so many just interesting things. The tree means a lot to so many people. As it started to fail, it was a really sad thing for the city of Fort Worth because people mourned. Each year it would get worse and worse and worse, and now, as you can see, it's gone.
Tree experts are astounded how a mimosa made it as long as it did, since these trees are known for no more than a 10 to 20-year lifespan at best. But just a few feet away, a new tiny mimosa fights the wind to someday carry on the decoration tradition.
The baby tree we're hoping is going to be the next generation if it gets a chance to grow large enough to support all the love that it gets. But you'll notice around the bottom right now, there are parcels, and those are actually blankets that have been wrapped in cellophane. Yes.
For the homeless?
People think that the homeless actually come up on the hill, and those are gifts that they're leaving for them to help them through the cold times. Hi. Nice to meet you.
This is my daughter, Brandy.
How are you?
How are you?
Oh, I'm excellent.
The actions of one homeless woman years ago led Leslie to write a book about the homeless Christmas tree. With each page she created, Leslie grew closer to Carla, who started it all and who lived just long enough to see her story in fully illustrated pages for children. Now, especially at Christmas time book signings like this one, Carla's story lives on. The proceeds from Leslie's book sales go to helping homeless shelters in Fort Worth.
We started meeting people who had relationship with the tree, who felt they knew the tree, who would tell me stories, and now we almost feel like it's kind of a mission where we just want to keep the message out there, take care of those who are less fortunate. Oh, here comes the Big Texas Toy Run.
There's Santa.
Oh gosh,
There's Santa. It's just amazing to me that the very first time Gary and I ever came up the hill, we saw these guys going by. We were actually getting perspectives for the illustrator of our book. And now here we're up here, and here they come again. This is the Big Texas Toy Run. They gather in Fort Worth, hundreds and hundreds of motorcycles. They all have toys, and they drive in a sequence like this up into Arlington, go to the convention center. They have a great big meeting there, and they distribute all these toys to kids who are in need. It's such a special, special thing. So here we are, just a few days away from Christmas, and you can see this truly is a Christmas landmark. The people of Fort Worth love this tree, and it just signifies the spirit of Christmas and being kind to one another.
They know all about this tree, don't they?
They do. I got goosebumps.
So you've been coming up here for years and
Yeah.
years and years. What does this tree mean to you when you see it like this?
To see it as it is now makes me sad, but it also gives me hope because there's a baby tree to take on the tradition. I wish the mother tree could have survived, but none of us survive forever. And she's done a lot of good in her life, and now her little baby tree can take over.
Passing the torch, so to speak.
Pass the torch, that's right. It just means a lot of different things to different people.
Look at this right here. There's actually leaves.
Yep.
As little as that tree is.
It's hanging in there, it's trying to make it. Carla wasn't a wealthy woman. She didn't have much. In fact, she had very little, but she gave what she could. And you can be kind with a smile or a hug or something that would not seem very meaningful to you, but it can really make a difference in people's lives. And here, this little poor lady who had been homeless, who had a lot of troubles in her life, look at what she's done. It's just amazing to me.
The old homeless Christmas tree may be withered and fragile, its limbs losing a tug-of-war with the wind and the years. But traditions die hard, and with the future now in the hands of another mimosa, people still come to pay their respects, to honor the simple gesture of a homeless woman, a gesture that became nothing short of a Christmas monument.
In the perfect world, the baby tree is going to survive, and it's going to grow, and it's going to become strong enough that people can continue to go up there and decorate it, and hopefully it can survive. That, to me, that's the most perfect thing, is for the tradition to continue. I'd love for it to be able to be there forever.
I love that story.
Me too, and we've got plenty more where that came from.
Just click on the subscribe button and keep traveling with us.